Yo, welcome to episode 2 of my Parkitect campaign series. This time we visit an old abandoned airfield, which... Wait a second, why does that sound so familiar? Oh.
No! Wait!
Oh, I just have to sell 400 park tickets before June year 2. Oh, that will be easy. Thankfully, the difficulty of this airfield is nothing compared to Amity Airfield. The only struggle on this scenario will be the limited space, I guess, but there is an option to buy more land. I have encountered a far bigger challenge though, which perhaps only applies to a few players, but I can't delete the buildings. I wanted to replace the airfield look, because I wasn't really feeling that, but that changed actually when I started building in the park. That's for later though. First up, I started off with a restaurant yet again, my crew arrived and I got my first guest in the park. With this restaurant look, I wanted something that could blend in between the entrance and the depot, and that's how this sort of part industrial, part futuristic vision for the park came to be. I don't see any rides though, so let's change that. Okay, now it's looking more like a theme park. The idea here was to rebuild the abandoned airfield into a family theme park, so I went with a kiddie coaster, car ride and a graviton. Now I know this coaster is ass in terms of gameplay, but I like it anyway. It's not gonna make me any decent money, but with these early scenarios I can still mess around with my budget. That might become a problem in later scenarios, but that's an issue for future me. Now the current issue at hand is the bad decoration rating around the graviton. Guests absolutely despise looking at a depot, so I'll have to find a way to cover that up. I've got some plans ready for that though, as well as doing a whole lot more in the phase 1 of the park. So bear with me for a big transition here. So a few things have changed. Besides the theming, as you can see I'm fairly broke, but I'm also kinda close to completing the goals, and I got quite a bit of time left to do so. I'll easily reach the 250 guest goal, but I also want to go for the optional goals, so there's more to be done. For now, let's take a closer look at the changes. As you can see, the graviton is all covered up in a new futuristic look, and the bad decoration is finally gone. Same goes for the car ride, which turned out pretty decent I think. The scenario already had a few sci-fi pieces, so they came in very handy. As for the kiddie coaster, that one actually operates on a loss, but that was something I expected, so it's all good. It's just something to consider if you want to build one yourself. But hey, at least one guy is having a great time. That's not all though. I added one more ride in the park, which is this jumper over here. I wanted this park to have lots of theming, so of course that also means trying out a few things with the standard flat rides too. And that's phase 1 of the park. I took a little break and made small previews for the guests for what's to come next. Alright, time for some new additions. For this part of the park I wanted at least a new food court, a new tour ride and a new coaster. This new area isn't very big, but it will be heavily themed. And pretty costly too, so I had to take out a new loan. After that I started on these passage buildings, because these will function as a transition to the newly themed area. I tend to copy a lot of things from previous build structures, so these will also help me with the look of the rest of the area. I saw I had some extra space left besides where I wanted my shops to go, so I slotted in a few utility buildings too. Next up I bought some land and added this nice drop tower. I think these are probably my favorite flat rides in game and in real life. I think they offer a really fun experience and I love that they don't take up a lot of space in game. The theming will be similar of what I built before. As for whatever it is, it's actually the start of the new coaster. I knew I wanted a unique coaster station, but I was probably cooking a bit too much here. I knew I wanted a certain coaster element in this construction, I just couldn't picture the end result yet. What really helped me was, in between building this park, I actually went to Europa-Park for the first time, and I took some inspiration home. Mainly that certain coaster element I was talking about. You see, one of my favorite rides in that park was the Matterhorn Blitz, and I saw a possibility to do my own version in Parkitect. Because with the Taste of Adventure DLC, there came a new feature for the Wild Mouse coaster, which is this cool new lift element. The lift in Matterhorn Blitz is slightly different, but I won't spoil that one. Oh, and another thing I love about that ride is the part in the queue with the coaster flyby in the first drop, so I made my own version of that part. There's still a few tweaks to be done, like the block break sections aren't perfectly placed yet and I want to do a lot more teaming. Something popped up in between building though, and that is that I've actually managed to complete the goal already, and it's only July year 1. I told you it would be easy. I even completed the second goal a few months later. And that means that I've also gotten this fancy golden achievement icon in the campaign map. Then again, it's only the second scenario though, so perhaps I should keep up the challenge of completing every single goal in upcoming scenarios. I don't know how realistic that will be, it's something I've already done on my first playthrough, but now I'm actually trying to make my parks look nice, so that'll be a real challenge. Anyway, here you see the different stages the Wild Mouse went through. At this point I fully embraced the airfield theme and turned this coaster into a mini airport. Besides that, as you may notice, I'm always trying out new goal schemes, so some areas I've already built will look a bit different in the footage. And that's it from me. Here's the final look at Chanute Airfield.